Hey there, my friend, this is Dave Wood. I'm talking to you up actually in my bedroom, looking out over the city of Escazú in my house in Costa Rica. And I'm the founder of The Daily Shortcut, the founder of Empower Network. And today I'm going to share with you some things that are going to absolutely impact your life and help you become a trusted advisor in the marketplace and position yourself to win in a big way and to sell in a consultative way. Now, as you're watching this, you might have some strong realizations about what you've been doing right and maybe about what you've been doing wrong in your online business and what you've been doing right and wrong in your life. And you may even realize that you've unknowingly been a part of the problem that I'm about to describe in this episode. Now, as you turn off all distractions, for example, your cell phone, the TV may be playing in the background, the radio if there's one, Facebook beeping, your cell phone, shut the door if there's sound and the kids are screaming. I want to remind you that all habits have the power to change you. And they can change you for the better, or they can change you for the worse. Now, as you're getting a pen and notebook to take notes on this episode, what I want you to do is to use your imagination and to imagine a world where all of the people on your list, your prospects, the people that you have potential to do business with, believe the things that you tell them when you tell them those things because they trust you. Imagine a world where you're trusted, where you're followed, like the leader that you imagine yourself to be, that you're meant to be in your life, in your business, in your future. As I stand here watching other marketers inside my industry and outside of my own organization, I watch them in fascination. I'm amazed at how marketers treat people who are their prospects on their list. When I say their people, what I'm talking about is their subscribers, their opt-ins, their audience they have on Facebook, their leads, the people they call on the phone, the good people that have potential, who have actually opted in to that person's email list or have chosen to say, I will be in their sphere of influence and associate with them. Over the next few minutes in this Daily Shortcut episode, I'm going to reframe how you think, how we think together about building our businesses, building our organizations, and creating our futures online. I'll be focusing a lot of what I'm talking about around email marketing, but I want you to understand and to take note that these principles will apply to social media networks, they'll apply to direct mail, to telephone calls, they'll apply to social networking, to physical networking, local networking, right? Or just about anywhere you're connecting with people who have the potential to either be prospects or to send you prospects. See, around 7 years ago, I started selling stuff online. And at the time, selling stuff online, for example, through email marketing was actually really simple to do. I know a bunch of guys who back in the late 2000s made fortunes doing exactly this. The late 1990s would be a better way to say that, the early 2000s. Well, now what's happened is their incomes have declined because they've failed to implement the trusted advisor model in the marketplace, and because they were just hawking things, everything that they were doing over a period of time actually stopped working in the right way. Now, I'll explain more about what this trusted advisor model is here as we're going through this episode, so I want you to keep listening, keep reading, keep paying attention. So back about 7 years ago, again in 2009, marketers would do something like this. They would just pick a ClickBank offer, they would create an autoresponder sequence with a few emails all linking directly to the ClickBank sales page, and they would then send traffic directly to a squeeze page to capture the lead. And then they would have a series of emails that sent people to the sales page again and again and again and again and again, and people would just decide to buy in large numbers with ridiculous conversions consistently for a long period of time, happily. Over the last couple of years, though, marketing has evolved greatly, and it's going to continue to evolve and continue to move down this pattern in the future. There's been a complete loss of trust in the marketplace for what marketers say and do. People simply don't believe that marketers have their best intentions in mind, and as a result, most subscribers, they barely open emails from most people who market stuff. Send email online, and actually Google and Yahoo and all the email service providers have actually updated their algorithms to match what their people want and have sent more and more of your emails that you're sending as a marketer to spam. There's actually a way around that. Now, why has people responded like that? Why has email services providers responded like that as well? Because the marketers have not evolved in their marketing. They haven't adapted to the new client of the digital world and what people actually want to buy. See, most marketers are still building lists and they're just hammering them with affiliate offer after affiliate offer after launch with launch after launch after launch after launch. They're never building their brand, they're never sending any value, and they do it again and again and again. Maybe you're even one of these marketers, and that's okay. It's not a criticism, because I've done that for periods of time and it's created the same results for me that's created for you when I've done it. And what I'm here to do is to help you change right now in your marketing so you can do things in a better way. Among the internet marketing launch crowd and the ClickBank crowd and all the people online hawking stuff, there's a popular strategy that I call churn and burn, because that's what it is. It's actually just throwing stuff at a wall and hoping that good things out of the giant pile of stuff you're throwing. I don't like to say shit because your list is people, right? But that's the common saying, throw shit at the wall, see what sticks, because some people think about other people as objects. It's not useful to your marketing. So let me tell you a story. A couple years ago, I was talking to an internet marketing guru friend of mine, and he told me something interesting. He told me that he segmented his list into two different groups. Now, with one half of his list, he mailed them different affiliate offers every single day. Now, this was a random segmentation, so this results over a large group of people would work out about like this no matter how you did it. Now, with the other list, what he did was he gave away content and value, and he only promoted his own products in a congruent sequence, or only one series of products. In other words, he wasn't going around choosing random affiliate offers and hammering people to death. Now, what do you think the result of that was? Well, at the start was different than the finish. So in the beginning of doing that, the list that he sent the affiliate offers to daily made about 2 times the revenue as the other part of the list. In other words, sending them offer after offer worked way better, and over a short period of time actually always does. However, after a few years of doing this, the model actually stopped working at all, and the other list started producing way more revenue, because what happened over a period, actually wasn't years, but his income from the other list just exploded. The other list that he was just hammering died. And so as a result of that, what he's done is he's evolved to a value-based marketing strategy. So why did he do that? Well, he did that because he wanted to see what actually works better. There's a lot of people I say who say things like this. They're like, well, I've tested this, and every single time I send out split tests, and one of the tests that I run just sends value, value, value. He's like, you know, what happens is I make more money from the one where I just hammer them with offers. And my response to that is always like, okay, how long have you tried it? It's not just one email. It's a period of time that it takes to build trust and to grow value-based subscribers. I know people who do $30 million a year from their own brand with their own list by providing value, and I don't know anybody that does that by hammering offer after offer after offer. And if you look at the state of this industry, and by industry I mean internet marketer, it's easy to see why my friend, the guru, had to adjust his strategy and decided to change things with his list. It's because subscribers are getting hit with multiple shiny objects every single day. They're tired of the same BS. They're tired of jumping from deal to deal. They're tired of launch after launch after launch. They're looking for something consistent, something better, something that help them learn, grow, educate themselves, and build a powerful future. So what are they looking for? They're looking for a home. They're looking for some place that they feel safe. They're looking for a list that they can learn from over a long period of time, that they can grow with a team of people. They're looking for trusted advisors like you. Because here's the reality. If you're sending subscribers more sales pitches than content, something mysterious and mystical is going to happen. A kind of shift is going to occur. People are going to start subconsciously avoiding your emails. They won't even see that they're there when they open their email inbox, and they won't even realize that they're doing that. It's going to become more and more painful for them to open your emails than it is pleasurable. In other words, they're not getting anything from opening your emails, so they just stop. And at the core of every person, they're always going to move towards pleasure. They're going to move away from pain to that pleasure. And if your emails are just like, oh God, again, then what are they going to do? They're not even going to see them, and then the email service providers are going to follow that same strategy. They're going to start moving your emails into the spam inbox from algorithms that are actually based not on Google trying to hurt people. It's actually based on what their email, what the people who use their email service want, right? This is actually what the people want, which is why Google does that. Now, this same idea is going to apply if you're slamming offers and pitches on Facebook. People just stop engaging over a period of time. And when people stop engaging, Facebook has artificial intelligence algorithms that actually will show less and less of your content to the people you're connected to. Again, this is not because Facebook is trying to punish you. It's because the people are punishing you because they don't like what you're doing. And therefore, Facebook adjusts and does the same. So slowly what's going to happen is you're going to disengage your entire following, and you're going to have to build it back up from scratch, and it's going to get harder and harder to grow influence and subscribers the more and more you lose people. Now, you and I, we're in marketing if you're watching this. Otherwise, why would you be watching? Or you want to be in marketing. And what does that mean? It means that we have to be careful to create balance wherever we're selling, because there's reciprocity as a general principle of the universe. And what I mean by that is you don't want to try to receive more than you're giving. You want to give more than you're receiving, so you're constantly pushing the balance of the universe towards more prosperity. Selling stuff doesn't have to cause pain all the time. Sometimes it's going to. You're gonna chase away some subscribers, and that's okay, but it doesn't have to cause the kind of pain people are causing in their list. The way most people are doing marketing, it does cause pain though, and it does cause people to just disengage in a massive way. Now, if you're in the make money online space in any kind of direct or indirect way, whether you do network marketing, affiliate marketing, ClickBank, sell coaching, right? If you're in Empower Network, and you're sending your subscribers to a different offer every single week, you're screwing them over, and you need to cut it out. And here's why. Is because there's a lot of ethical people in the space. There's a lot of really cool people in the space. And then there's people in the space who they take your subscribers you're sending them and they sell them. There's people that will take your list and they'll put it on 5 more lists. There's people that'll take your list, they'll send it to phone centers. And if you are creating a virally abusive effect on your list is just gonna stop responding, and they're gonna open different email accounts, close their phone numbers, and you're gonna have a very unresponsive, large group of people that you could have made money with for the rest of your life. Now, every day, what's going to happen is the people on that list who stay on are going to get more and more stressed out and have more and more cognitive dissonance and disconnection with your content. They're going to get more confused. They're going to know less and less on who to listen to, because they're going to be on an exponentially expanding group of people's lists, and they're going to have anxiety when they see your emails. Now, what is the result of that? They're going to reach a threshold of not being able to take any more pain from your emails. In other words, they're just going to avoid them. They're going to unsubscribe. They're going to mark them as spam. Your open rates are going to go down, and barely anyone is going to buy your stuff if you continue to do that. In other words, you're going to lose all the levels of influence you can create with them. When you're selling one thing every time in a focused way, or you're selling a path that's consistent and congruent, even if there's new offers, those new offers are always adding value to the same path, the same niche on the same list, it's going to be a little bit different. People are not going to mind as much because you're doing things that are congruent and they match the vision that they've got and the reason they opted in, and it matches your philosophies, which are good and powerful. Especially if you're sending them valuable content that help them get what they want, regardless of whether they buy anything or not, or they continue to buy or not. What that does is that balances the scales of pain and pleasure. It balances the universal reciprocity that you have with your list. It adds to your bank of goodwill with those subscribers that you've got. Now, when you promote a single core line of offers, and they could escalate, they could get giant on the back end, but they're headed towards a single vision that you have a mission to accomplish, people are going to know exactly what they're going to be sold when they open your emails and click through the offers, when you include offers in your emails. And that's why we do what we do. We have a proven model with the Total Shortcut system, with our daily shortcuts, that's extremely effective because it builds rapport and relationship with people and doesn't turn them off. It actually creates influence with them as they're deciding to buy automatically, and then you can benefit from that. See, when you plant your flag in your life, when you decide your vision and you get clear and you become unshakable and unmovable and you don't jump around from deal to deal, you have a single vision, maybe you even unify with a single company like with what we do, that's when the magic is going to begin to occur, when you are focused in a consistent way. And one of 2 things is going to happen when you do this. Number 1, you're going to choose to try to do what you do with no value, and your open rates, your influence is going to continuously drop, and to make up for it, you have to consistently get a massive list of new people coming through because your influence with your subscribers is dead in the water, and they need to be replaced all the time because even if they like you, they unsubscribe. Each time they open your emails, they're going to see the sales pitch of the same thing again and again, and they're going to become unresponsive to it over a period of time. Number two, you're going to provide a ton of value, way more than people could even pay you to provide. You're going to act as their fiduciary, which is a trusted advisor, and you're going to focus on helping people before the exchange of money or regardless of an exchange of money. Your mission's to serve, right? Your subscribers are going to keep opening your emails if they're aligned with what you're helping them do, because they're going to enjoy the content and get value from it and change from it over a period of time. They're going to engage with you on social media more. They're going to keep going back to the sales process again and again for whatever it is that you're selling, as long as it's congruent with that group, their vision and their mission is congruent, and you stay congruent with the message. Now with that second outcome, what happens? You're going to sell maybe less stuff, maybe the same stuff initially, but over time you're going to sell way more stuff because people are going to continue to buy from you months or even years after they join your list. Now here's the thing. For initial sales, if you do it right, it actually works better too. This has been tested again and again, not just by by Digital Marketer. An example is, I read a split test that Digital Marketer did where they tried doing marketing directly to Tripwire, which is like a $7 offer like what we got with the Total Shortcut system. And they sent people directly to the Tripwire and they got a certain conversion. Well, what they tried again was marketing content, and then when people read the content, remarketing content to them through retargeting, and then if people clicked on specifically to a sales offer, that's the only time they started getting following around with offers. The second one actually ended up generating way more conversions immediately than just trying to send people directly to a pitch. That's been true in my own marketing as well. And so even the way we do our email marketing segments people by what they do, and people are only sold things when they click on offers through the emails, and if they're not, they just send content, if that makes sense. Now, here's why. It's because after getting a huge amount of value, seeing the same consistent message over a period of time, seeing that you're going to help them regardless of if they buy, when they buy from you, they're going to buy because they trust you, and they're going to feel good, they're going to stay for longer, they're actually going to buy way more because they're going to be educated. So here's the question. How do you become that trusted advisor that I mentioned throughout this episode? You become a trusted advisor through a simple formula. It's actually very, very simple to walk through this process. What you want to do is you want to guide, help, and advise your subscribers, your sphere of influence, your Facebook audience, before the exchange of money. Demonstrate the results that you're helping them get through the lifestyle that you're creating, and teach them how to do it regardless of whether they join your opportunity, buy from you, regardless of whether they talk to you personally, regardless of whether they ever give you any money at all. Help them through the content you create. And look around, look at the internet marketing, look at the network marketing space. What's everyone in the space doing? They're sending people straight to sales videos only before they exchange any value at all. And the next thing that they do is they have a series of emails going out that sends them back to that same exact series of sales videos, and they just sit there wondering why their results continue to go down as their cost for getting subscribers continues to go up. They wonder why they're not getting results, why people aren't deciding to buy from them consistently and stay around. Here's the thing. You only have to focus on one thing: putting your audience, your subscribers, putting their interests, what they want, first, not second, first. Give them value, be a servant, move them towards their desired outcome, not yours, theirs. Move them one step at a time and continue to build trust over time. Sales should be a byproduct of helping your people, and are if you're just willing to give people a call to action and sell them things that are congruent with what they want, sell them things that are congruent with what you want to create with them, period. That's how it works. So what's the easiest way you can do this without creating your own products or without creating your own offer from scratch, especially if you're brand new? Well, you can get the Total Shortcut system, which is what we give to people to help them create those results. And here's the thing that I want you to understand as you're watching this video is that I've done through this system that you're looking at right now, hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. And right now you can actually claim this system as your own and build with us in a way that brings value to the marketplace. And as you're bringing value to the marketplace, as you're helping people create those results, you're going to be actually changing the world, even from the people that aren't buying. Now, I've had people buy from me literally years after they got on my list, which is not a normal thing on the internet at all. Most people say that if somebody doesn't buy in the first week, they're not going to buy. I've actually found a majority of my buyers come years later because I just continue to be consistent when nobody around me is, regardless of what's happening in the market, what's happening with the presidential elections that we've seen recently, regardless of what's happening in the stock market. I'm the same all the time. And so people trust that, and people trust me. And so here's what I'm going to do to help you apply these principles regardless of whether you buy or not. First thing I want to do is give you a gift. If you write a detailed, thought-provoking comment, we give a daily prize out, and I'm going to give you a free book if you write a comment below that's detailed on how exactly you're going to apply this in your business to become a trusted advisor in the marketplace by actually helping and serving people and their dreams, their goals, and desires. I want you to write a thoughtful comment, interact with some other comments, and share this on Facebook. And the best comment, we're going to send a book to your house on us to help you grow as a human being. You can win even if you're not involved in Empower Network. The second thing I want you to do is to grab your bonuses to help you apply these concepts in your life and to choose to come back here every day. 5 days a week we release these episodes at 9 a.m. Eastern time, and that's excluding any emergencies that prevent our systems from working right, which normally they do. And so if you put in your name, you put in your email, and you say, give me the daily shortcut, you're going to actually go to a page where I'm going to give you 3 bonuses, and here's what they are. Number 1, you're going to get a free audio, which is actually going to be this episode, so you can download that to your phone. You can listen to it maybe when you're driving to work, you're driving to your office, or maybe when you're doing something like exercise, downtime, showering. I like it to say it's better if you think about me when you're naked. I'm joking. But if you just download that, listen to it again and again, you're going to be able to get value, embed these concepts into your unconscious mind, and change the way that you do things in your life, because these philosophies are going to burn their way into your heart. The second thing you're going to get is actually a full transcription of this episode with a workbook. And when you go through that workbook and you fill in tactilely with a pen, I want you to print it if you have a printer. If you don't, it's fine. But if you have a printer, print it, or you can get access to one and fill that out and do it every day. This will take you about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to read through, to take a look through there. And if you do that, you're going to take these ideas and implement them and change the way that you think and change your business and your future. And the third thing that I'm going to give you is my business system. You can actually get access to the Total Shortcut system on the next page for a trial for 14 days for only $7. And that's going to be bringing value to the marketplace with us in a way that enhances people's lives and businesses, helps them build a better life and business while you create freedom at the same time. And what we do is we give you a lot of money for doing that, and it's simple. We have a daily assignment that fits along with the daily show that'll take you an extra 10 or 15 minutes, and if you just do it, you're gonna get sales and commissions. And so right now, go write a comment, number 1. Number 2, put in your name, email, click the button that says give me a Total Shortcut, then go on the next page, claim your 3 bonuses, and I will see you in those bonuses, helping you transform your life, and I will see you in the next episode. Remember that you can transform the marketplace. You are powerful, and I am here to serve you, to help you become the person, the leader, the visionary that you've always dreamed of being. Thank you for attending. I'll see you in the next show.